Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet Town to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've caught 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty is the king, the one who never quits. Caught 'em twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. I've conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Why am I so blurry? Come on now. Come on now. Let's focus. Happy Sunday. What's going on? Dragonic, James, the Catboy, Shiny Cornholio. Welcome on in. Today we're going to continue looking for the Shiny Heracross, and we're going to start the Shalfa Steelix hunt. It'd be pretty awesome if we got one of these two today. No tricks, those are for kids. That's right, James. We got the Shiny Lopunny finally yesterday. That means we only have 15 more Shinies to get for this challenge. We are closing in on it, and I'm feeling pretty good considering that Legends ZA doesn't even have a release date yet. I'm feeling pretty good that we can finish this challenge before the game comes out. Let's go and get started, and why don't you guys tell me how your Saturday went? Did anyone do the Mega Glade raids yesterday? And did anyone get a shiny? That's right, James. That's right. We no longer have to deal with that. I know Aries happy. You got 2 shiny Pokemon yesterday. Nice, Dragonic. What were they? No Heracross. Come on. Why aren't you connecting? Why aren't you connecting? Oh, that's right. That's right. With Legends Arceus, I need to have both controllers removed from the Switch. There we go. I forgot about that. All right, here we go. First check luck on the Steelix. Is it going to be shiny? It is not. All right, we reset. What a scam. Can I get an exclamation point scam in the chat? Can't believe the first check wasn't even a shiny. Yeah, so I do have this Steelix set up as a reset hunt. I perfected the dex on Steelix, and then I got like MMOs in the Highlands, the Coronet Highlands, and there was a outbreak right where the Steelix is, so I took out all of them. I think they were Clefas, actually. I took out all of them, saved the game, and now we can just reset and see if that beautiful Shalfa Steelix is shiny. What color is Shalfa Steelix? Is it like a cream color? I've never quite known. Like, I don't think it's like a yellow, but it's definitely not white. Is it like cream? Shiny costume Blitzel and a Pokemon Scarlet got your second teensy Pokemon Silicobra. Congratulations! I haven't gotten the shiny costume Blitzel yet. I did get a shiny costume Curlia, and then yesterday on the stream, if you guys missed it, got a shiny Furfrou, my second shiny Furfrou. So now I got 2 out of the 3 costumes for Furfrou done. That's exactly it. That's exactly why I did, James. Yeah, slaughter a bunch of baby moon fairies to spawn a giant metal snake. And, you know, these are sentences you only hear in Pokemon streams. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident we can get at least one of these today. I can't. Somebody help me out because out of all the Pokemon games, I'm probably the least knowledgeable about Legends Arceus. What are the odds if I have the Shiny Charm and Perfected Dex? Is it 1 in 512? I feel like it's different. 54 checks. That's insane. That's so quick. Good job, Dragonic. Under odds. That's beautiful. Loops, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. No shiny, no shiny. Happy New Year to you, Christian. How are you? How you been? I want to try something here. I want to see how we look if I turn the light off. How do we look? We look okay. I'm still a little blurry, but I think I might like this a little bit better. Big Cheese Thrifts, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well, sir. Newcastle kickoff in an hour, so that'll be fun. Nice. I'm doing pretty good. Working on my second cup of coffee. Got all you wonderful people to talk to. Hunting for some shinies. I hope today's the day, Dragonic. I hope today is the day you get that shiny Regice. Football, that's right, football. Newcastle. I don't know much about football, but I know that Newcastle is my favorite team because of Loops. I've been pretty good, Christian. Been a good start to the year. Can't complain. I don't like how blurry I am. Why am I so blurry today? If I get a little bit closer. What if I just creep on into you guys just a little bit more? That's a little better, I think. Very much welcome in the Toon Army, no matter how much you know. Well, thank you, Loops. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're doing good, Christian. Both forums, both the American and rest of the world forums. Not a huge football fan. I'm kind of a fair weather fan myself, particularly when it comes to American football. I don't like go out of my way to watch a lot of games, but it's not uncommon for me to hang out with some friends that are watching, and then I usually just root for whoever my friends are rooting for. I used to like football back when I was a kid. I was a Joe Montana guy, loved the 49ers. And then when Joe Montana left the 49ers, I had like a crisis of faith, and I've just never recovered from that. You like wrestling? I used to watch back when it was called the WWF. I watched wrestling a lot when I was a kid. Ultimate Warrior was my favorite, followed by The Undertaker. Did some good deeds yesterday and got rewarded with a shiny and Pogo. Love to hear that, Dragonic. Good job. Yeah, that's a shame. It was quite a while ago too, wasn't it? I seem to remember that was quite a while ago. Let's put up a poll. I forgot to put up a poll. I don't know if anybody else has this issue. I suffer so badly from it. Um, Whenever I'm typing and I hit like I hold down the shift button to capitalize a word, I always let go of the shift button too late, and I end up capitalizing the first two letters of the word. 2014. Um, wow, almost 11 years ago. That is wild. Niners and Lions fan for the NFL, and then a Dallas Mavericks fan for basketball. Nice. I've never really gotten into basketball too much. Although sometimes I do have some fun with some March Madness stuff. Um, where I live, it's about an even 50-50 split between friends that root for the Eagles and friends that root for the Steelers. And if I'm ever in a room watching Steelers and Eagles fans, it's really awkward. I just kind of stand by the dip and stay quiet. There's actually some Ravens fans around here as well. We had one guy that I used to work with that was a Cleveland Browns fan, like a diehard Cleveland Browns fan, and I always felt bad for him. But you know what? He was such an optimist. But I guess if you're going to be a Cleveland Brown fan, you have to be an optimist. College football is Ohio State and Tennessee. Yeah, I live right smack dab in the middle of Penn State territory, although there's also a bunch of Notre Dame fans. Well, how do you eat dip while you're staying there? With a chip. With a chip. I'm not like sticking my fingers in the dip. I grab the chip. I dip the chip in the dip, and then I eat the chip. Good morning or good night. Enjoy a hot cup of coffee with us and sharing the delight. I totally forgot that was even a command, Dragonic. Oh, yeah, yeah, I do. I do. I'm sorry. I totally misread that, James. Yeah, yeah. I just stand there going at the dip. I'm a huge dip fan. I'm like one of those people, and I feel like I'm not the only one that feels this way. I feel like I'm probably one of the only people that is comfortable admitting it. If I had, if I was like alone, there was no one around, there's no one to judge me, I would probably just go after like a bowl of dip with a spoon. Do I sip the dip when there's no more chips to dip? I do. Good afternoon, Kieran. How you doing, buddy? Kieran, I saw your DM. I don't know if you saw my response, but congratulations. That card looks so good, especially in the blue frame. How many packs did that take you? Kieran got the Japanese full art Blastoise card in TCG Pocket. Looks incredible. Joseph, I'm doing well. How you doing, bud? You know, I'm really excited about the stream because I feel like not a lot of pressure at the moment because I had a sub goal. I had a sub goal for this weekend of 1900, and we crushed that yesterday. It was like an hour and a half into stream that we hit that 1900. So like today is just kind of like for funsies. Chipotle sauce. I like Chipotle. You can say a lot about Subway, and I'm not even going to like be mad, but come on, the Baja Chipotle sauce at Subway is pretty darn good. I like, you know, regular classic Chipotle as well, but Baja Chipotle sauce is one thing at Subway that they do really well. 15 attempts of changing the language once the battle timer refilled. Is that how you did it? Okay, all right. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that's what you did. 15 attempts, dang. Chipotle is also a restaurant. Chipotle is also a restaurant. It is named after the sauce or the dressing or whatever you want to call it. You're out. Glad to see you again, Christian. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hello. It's always a pleasure to see you. No, Kieran. I like. Look, I'm a novice at this stuff. It wasn't like I don't know why you did it that way. It's that I didn't know what way you could do that. Hey, you too, Christian. I appreciate it. All right, 62% you think Heracross is going to shine first. I think that's probably a safe bet considering we've already done 1,661 checks on the Heracross, only 14 on the Steelix, but Steelix does have a lot better odds. The other thing we got to keep into consideration, though, is that I'm getting faster checks on the Heracross than I am the Steelix. Steelix taking a little bit more time to reset. I had 3 English ones, but just love the Japanese writing style. It looks really good. I've actually been, you know what, Kieran, I might DM you later and pick your brain. I've actually been thinking about it. I'm at the point now with TCG Pocket that like all I need are like rare cards. Like there's 2 more full art cards I need, a bunch more full art EXs, and then a ton of alt arts. And then of course I still don't have any gold cards. But like that's it. And you know, it's been like outside of Wonder Picks, which I've actually had decent luck on, it's been probably at least 2 weeks since I got a new card in a pack. So I was actually thinking about trying to start the Japanese set. So I'd like to pick your brain later on about that. about how to accomplish that without having to start a new account. If you're willing to help me out. I know I'm asking a lot and I'm not your favorite person and you probably don't want to help me, but I would appreciate it. It's easy peasy. If it's easy peasy for you, that means that I will probably be able to pick up on it in about an hour and a half after you explain it 3 times. Uh-oh, James, what are you about to say? Bringing Chatot to the Elite Four in your normal type only run of Elite Redux. That's cool. And oh my goodness gracious, we're getting a Shinies raid. What's going on, Arazi? What's up, Zombie? Charmy Girl? What's up, Villy? Bruxus Squad, Griffin X, Carly May, Rev, Stained Glass Eater all day, every day. That's crazy. Anne Marie, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Shinies, thank you so much for the raid. I don't know if you're here yet. Good to see you, Bruxus. I cannot say that. Bruxish Squad. Good to see you. Oh, is that Rosie? Oh my gosh, we need a new light goal already. Thank you so much, Dragonic. Mr. Nugget, what's going on? Isabella, good to see you. Classy, cozy gamer. What's up? Yeah, I'm blurry, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm blurry today. Let me try turning the light on again. Let me see if that fixes it. So, yeah, for anyone new coming on in, my name is Hefty. I am a shiny Pokemon hunter. And currently, I am working on a challenge that Mr. Shinies himself... Hey, Zombie, thank you so much for the sub. A challenge that Mr. Shinies himself has given me. I'm trying to get Shinies of all 47 Pokemon that have Mega Evolutions before Legends EA comes out. You can see right here, right here, we got 32 out of 47 so far. We only have 15 left to go. Right now, we're hoping to get a Heracross in Pokemon Sword and a Shalfus Steelix in Legends Arceus. So that's what we're working on today. How was the rest of your stream, Shinies? Did you get any more Shinies other than the Quaxley? And thank you for the subs. I see we're up to 1906 now. Thank you so much. I am excluding Deancey because there is currently no legitimate way to shiny hunt for that. So otherwise, it would be 48. But yeah, excluding Deancey. But we are including 2 Mewtwo's. We're including 2 Charizards that we already got. We are including the Latios and Latios. Rayquaza, which we got. Yeah, we're closing in, but we got some rough hunts ahead of us. The 2 Mewtwo's and the Latios are probably going to take the most time. So I'm trying to knock out all the rest of these hunts, and then we can get real serious and start focusing on these legendaries. My favorite shiny that I have, well, I like the way you phrase that, because there's like 2 ways I can interpret that. I'm going to give you the answer to both. My favorite shiny is Shiny Stuffle. My favorite shiny that I have is probably my Shiny Mew, because that I put a lot of work in getting that, and I'm really proud of that one. I got a Shiny Mew in Pokemon Emerald, but my favorite shiny is Stuffle. How do I play 2 screens at once? So just like how other streamers can stream gameplay by using a capture card, I have 2 switches and 2 capture cards plugged into my computer. So that's how I'm doing both. Haludi, what's going on? Good to see you. Shiny Stuffle's adorable. I totally agree. I think it's a beautiful color. And I am so sorry I got bogged down in the conversation. Carly May, 2 years of membership. That's crazy. Thank you so much, Carly May. Can I show you the Lopunny? I can't actually, because the Lopunny is in the bottom switch that I'm currently playing Arceus on, so I can't pull it up right now. But you can go back to yesterday's stream and check it out. It was, what, 2569 was the counter. It was towards the end of stream. I think we only had like 25 minutes left or something. Can I show you the money? I have no cash on me right now. Actually, that's not true. I got like $8 on the kitchen counter, but I got no cash on me. Oh my gosh, snacking on some glass right now. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Who? Thank you, Shinies. Jeez, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you out. Yeah, 2569 was a Lopunny. That was the longest hunt we've done so far. All the other hunts, except for now the Heracross, all the other hunts have been under odds. So we were due for an over odds hunt. Hopefully we don't have too many more of those. Feels like a Chem Nation reference response. Yeah, pretty much. Classic Cozy Gamer, thank you for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Not shiny. All right, let's get this. Let's get this. I do have a poll going on right now. What do you guys think is going to shine first? Right now, Heracross is winning with 68%. Favorite shiny has to be Lopunny. One of your favorites since you were a kid. The brown and pink look amazing together. It is a great shiny. I was really happy to finally get it yesterday. And I wasn't really familiar with what the shiny Mega looked like until I started this challenge. And I think that's a really cool model. I think the shiny Mega Lopunny looks pretty awesome. We have 2 cows and 2 chickens in fields of Mystria. And you think when you get more, you're going to name them after streamers. So would Hefty like to be a cow or a chicken? Totally a chicken. The added black is so cool. Yeah, it looks like she's got like fishnet stockings on. Dr. Waffles, welcome back. Mega Frostlass sprite. Oh, is that like one of the leaks? No, I haven't looked at any leaks or anything. I'm not much of a leak guy. I wait until oh yeah, you sent it. Hold on. I'm going to check it out right now. I'm sorry. I got to be honest, I totally forgot about it. Streamer brain is a real thing. It's like as soon as you stop streaming, you forget absolutely everything that happened during stream. Hold on one second. I'm going to check it right now. Remind me which channel you put it under. Other games, thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's actually a pretty neat design for Mega Frostlass. Kind of Volcano, thank you for coming in on that raid. Hope you're doing well. Alfie, hello, good to see you. Show me the money, Jerry Maguire reference, that's right. That was a good movie. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you very much. I'm going to check that out later on. Drenched in Ranch, welcome back. God, I love that username so much. It's like equal parts just euphoria and shame. Jerry was also a race car driver, that's true. Razzie, are you still here? I have a Arceus question for you, and you are the smartest person I know when it comes to Legends Arceus. I will take Carly May as a backup. Ranch cornbread, that's yummy. Hefty paper towel rolls, that's I use them. Razzie, I don't know why I have such a mental block. I can never remember the odds. Shiny Charm, Perfected Dex. What are my odds on the Steelix here? Coldeep, what's going on? Good to see you. What are you doing? You're living your best life, Carly, and that's all I can ever ask of you. You ate a honey chicken biscuit from Wendy's? Ooh, I could go for that. They do have good biscuits. Jerry's friend Ben was kind of a jerk, though. Yeah, old Ben and Jerry's. This is your best life, darn it. You know what? You're doing the best you can, Carly, and I appreciate the grind. Lobo Gaming, you absolute legend. What's going on? Happy Sunday to you, Kirk. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. And thank you to the new subscriber, whoever that was. If that was you, please let me know so I can say thank you in person. Yeah, what's the odds for Perfected Dex and Shiny Charm? I'm doing well, Coldeep. How you doing? 585. Thank you. I knew it wasn't 512, but I thought it was somewhere around there. Thank you. 1 in 585. I don't know why I have such a problem remembering that. Local Taco Bells have been out of the chicken nugget sauces. It's making you sad. I heard they had chicken nuggets. I haven't tried them yet. Kirk, how was stream the other day? I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to hop in, but I saw that you were streaming. I'm assuming you were playing some good music. It's my favorite food to dip in ranch. I am a veggie tray guy, like all day, every day. You put a veggie tray in front of me, and I will just destroy it. It was you. Well, thank you. Love the vibe. Need some encouragement. Hunting for shinies in older games is much harder. Hey, that's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. And we have a very smart community here. If you ever have any questions about shiny hunting in older games, feel free to ask. Yes, Kieran, I saw that. I saw the messages. I did. Well, I saw that you sent the messages. I haven't taken a look at them. I'll look at them later on. But thank you so much. They're amazing. Okay, I gotta try them then. You know, I wish I would have thought about that. I actually got Taco Bell yesterday. I ate so much Taco Bell yesterday. I went into a food coma afterwards for like 3 hours. Just a relaxing time. I love to hear that, Kirk. In Shiny's raid, you're telling him that in Ruby, you're at 999 DexNav for a while, and I'm struggling. Okay, so you're talking about Omega Ruby DexNav. Mawile is a cave Pokemon, right? So you gotta do like the cave DexNav. I struggle so much with cave and water DexNaving. You know, when you get to that 5th check and it speeds up, I just have such an issue with that. But 999, you know, at least you got that maxed out. I had the same issue with unknowns actually in that game. And I've gotten to the point where like I'm probably more likely to get a full odds at this point than actually trying to completely do a Dex Nav. I got word on 5 today. I got it in 4. Can't wait for the gold Steelix pop. So is it gold? I was talking about this a little bit earlier, Razzie. I know it's not yellow. I know it's not white. I was wondering if it's like a cream color, but maybe it's gold. Gonna lurk for a few minutes, don't get the shiny till you get back. Sounds good. Not a fan of Mega Heracross. It's certainly not my favorite Mega, Carly. Yeah, certainly not my favorite. Well, Stained Glass Eater, I hope you get it, bud. You deserve it. If you've gotten the Dex to 999, you are pretty much owed a shiny at this point. You don't know colors that well. You know colors better than you think you do. Fan of Mega Charizard X, that's a good one. My favorite Mega is probably either Scizor or Blaziken, but I think I'm really biased in that aspect because I really just love Scizor and Blaziken to begin with. Watching Friends recently and you're loving it? Oh, I love Friends. Friends is like one of my like go-to shows. Like I have a handful of shows that like I'll put on the TV like when I go to bed, and like I've seen them so many times, like I don't care if I fall asleep during them. And Friends is always in that rotation. I absolutely love Friends. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Pidgeot. Pidgeot's a good one. Shiny Mega Scizor is amazing. I agree. Mighty Munchkin. We did. We got the Lopunny yesterday at 2,569 checks. 1.5 day no water P color. Oh my gosh. You're not too far off, Kirk. That's what makes me so upset about your comment, is that I can't say you're wrong. It's one of those shows that you can focus on shiny hunting, and yet you'll see the show in your head just by listening. Exactly. Exactly. It's a great background show. Gotta get ready for the morning. Nice to be here. Good luck. Have a great day, everyone. Stained Glass Eater all day, every day. You have a great day, too. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for coming in on that raid. Thanks for the sub. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Ooh, Steelix has gone up in the poll now. Heracross dropped to 60%. I'd totally be happy with either one. Well, thank you to everyone that's hanging out. Thank you for being here with me. We do need a new like goal. Thank you so much, Mighty Munchkin. Replace pin message. $31.20 checks and counting. I genuinely hope today's the day, Dragonic. You've been going after this thing for a while. You deserve it. How was Mega Gallade Day? You know what's funny, Mighty Munchkin? I was literally just about to ask that. I didn't get any Gallades. Boovon, thank you for the sub. But how did you guys do? Did anyone do the Mega Gallade raids? Anyone get a shiny Mega Gallade? Been playing an Xbox game called The Hunter, Call of the Wild. It's a hunting game, but there's a 1 in 1,300 chance for either an albino, Milan. I'm not even gonna try. Or piebald animals. It's like shiny hunting, but real. That's awesome, Kirk. Albino alligator. That's sweet. You got a Mega Gallade, but not shiny. I'm looking forward to the Community Classic for the Ralts in just under 2 weeks. I need 2 more Ralts to complete the line. I need one for Gallade and one for Gardevoir. And then, you know, maybe eventually I'll have enough candy to get the Mega Gallade that way. 2410, what's that, Boovon? Is that your guess? You think that's when we're going to get the Heracross? I'd be good with that. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I'd like it before that, but it's better than 3410, I guess. Cold Deep, yep, I am hunting for the shiny, the Shalpa Steelix in Legends Arceus right now. Why the Mega Shiny Sprites? Move on, because the challenge I'm doing right now is to get all the shiny Pokemon that have Mega Evolutions before Legends ZA comes out. And so just for funsies, and also just because I'm not familiar with all the Mega Shinies, I want to put up the sprite of the eventual Mega. So, yeah, even though I'm hunting for a regular Heracross, or I should say a regular shiny Heracross and a regular shiny Steelix right now, I want to get amped up. I want to see what it's going to look like when it ends up being a Mega. If you get shiny Regite, you're going to go after Reggie Drago. I hope you have much better luck than I did, Dragonic. For anyone that's new, I did a shiny Reggie Drago hunt in Pokemon Sword and Shield. It took just about a year. It took about 50-something streams, and it took me 16,840 checks. But the craziest thing, in my opinion, is we finally got it literally the last stream before the DLC for Scarlet and Violet came out. Is Garchomp done? Yeah, actually, Garchomp was one of the other Shalpas I got for this challenge. I got a Shalpa Garchomp. And that same day, I also got a Shalpa Glalie. So I knocked those out in a day, which is pretty awesome. I wanted to start with Garchomp when it came to the Shalpas because from my little bit of research, Garchomp is one of the most intense and time-consuming Pokemon to perfect the dex in Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I want to get that one done and out of the way. We do still need a Gyarados, and I've been going back and forth on how I want to get the Gyarados. You know, there's so many games on the Switch I can get a shiny Gyarados in. I haven't really committed to which one I want to get. There's a grind and a half worth it in the end. The reward is worth it. Yeah, that was probably the most relieved I've ever found finding a shiny, was that Reggie Drago. It wasn't even like excitement as much as it was relief. Magikarp has been in every Pokemon game. I think Psyduck too, right? I think if I remember correctly, Psyduck is also on that list, which is pretty wild. I recently realized that Scarlet and Violet, I don't know why I'm pointing, I'm not playing Scarlet and Violet, I'm playing Shield and Arceus. Scarlet and Violet's the first mainline game that doesn't have the Machamp line. Simple idea, if you like, don't laugh. Okay, let's hear it, move on. Go to Heart Gold Soul Silver and catch. You know what? I'm not gonna laugh. That is a simple idea. It's not a bad idea. The only problem is, for me personally, I'm trying to get all the shiny Pokemon for this challenge on stream, and I don't currently have a way to stream my my DS or my 3DS. Other than just like having a camera pointed down at the at the DS. Hassan, we did. We got it yesterday. 2,569 checks. Harry, good morning. No, I'm not hunting a wild BDSP Steelix in Iron Island with Riley. That would be kind of fun. But personally, out of all the Shalfas there are, Shalfa Steelix is the one I want the most. I just think Steelix is like the perfect Pokemon to have a Shalfa. You know what I mean? Because it's already so freaking huge. Yeah, let's not call it that again. Yeah, I know Ari's happy that that era is over. Ari, is there anything in your day planner for today? It's not that you're wrong, James. It's just like the opposite of the vibes we want concerning that one. You know what I mean? You're not wrong. It's just like it's inviting follow-up conversation. No worries, no worries. You didn't get timed out or anything. But yeah, just no, I have to use literally wrong. Okay. My bad, Ari. Thank you all for hanging out here and spending some time with me today. That is true, but if you think about it, I don't want to say but. That is true, and it's funny to think about those 5 words in that order is a factual statement. That's just kind of funny. Bunnies are human women. I'm going for Jumbo Silicobra again. I hope you get it, Hassan. It's just, it's like just like with the English language, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny that that statement is factually correct. Can we race for Steelix? Hey, Mighty Munchin, I already started. You got to catch up. Let's do it. Let's race. Come on. Mighty Munchkin, where are you at? Are you still at 33? Mighty Munchkin and I have actually been kind of racing for this challenge. And Mighty Munchkin had a big lead on me for a while, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job catching up. You ate way too much sugar yesterday. You feel sluggish? Uh-oh. You're 34. Okay, so you're 2 ahead of me. What was the last one you got? Immediate shiny. Congratulations, Hassan. Mermaid, Mia, what's going on? Good to see you. Good morning to you. Sweets and then carbs like a rice gluten. Okay. I'm not sure if you heard about the new TCG set, Prismatic Evolutions, but it's wild. Abysmally low pull rates for the special illustration rares and such. Okay, I mean, I knew that was a new set. I hadn't heard anything really about it. Basically, you're soft resetting for it. That's what I'm doing. Went to the Asian Mart and splurged on Moki and another word. Was it worth it, Ari? Just waking up, Mia? Yeah, I've been up for a few hours. I'm working on cup of coffee number 2 right now. Silicobra has the common mark. Ah, you mean the glitch. glitched out, gave you the wrong mark. Oh, is it Mochi? My bad. Imagine if Gudra had a Mega. Imagine if in a couple months we find out Gudra does have a Mega. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing a Mega Gudra, honestly. I could definitely see that being on the short list for candidates. The glitch out mark, that's right. 3 glitches on this hunt. Oh no. Magudra. Magudra, I like that. Jazzy Girl, thank you for the sub. You're saying the evolutions could peak at 300 to 500 each, and the Umbreon could push 1,000 value? Dang. Favorite game to shiny hunt in and why? Lillian Mystery, great question. My favorite games to hunt, shiny hunt in is the 3DS era. I'm talking gens 6 and 7. I give a slight advantage to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but shiny hunting in X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire are also awesome. Those are my favorite games to hunt in. I feel like with the they have a lot of fun methods, a lot of fun shiny hunting methods in those games, and I think it's a nice balance where you get if you're doing the methods, you get a nice boost to the odds, but it's not too much of a boost. It doesn't feel like it's just handing you shinies. You still feel like you have to work at it, but it feels very achievable. It doesn't feel like, you know, oh my gosh, I'm going to be doing this for months. You know what I mean? I think it's a nice balance. That I don't think shiny hunting has ever been as balanced as it was during those generations. You love SOS hunting in Sun and Moon and soft resetting for every shiny legend ever in Oris? Yes, exactly. And of course, you know, the soft resetting on the 3DS and NDS and Game Boy Advance is so good. I wish we had a legitimate, actual soft reset option in the Switch. I know a lot of people call it what I'm doing right now soft resetting. I mean, even I call it that, but technically it isn't. Soft resetting is when you hit a button combination that just immediately resets the game. What we have to do here on the Switch is we have to go back out into the home screen on the Switch. We have to force quit the software and then reopen the software. So that's a hard reset, and it takes a lot more time. With soft resets on like the 3DS, you can get like between 2 to 3 checks a minute, whereas here we're getting like 1 check a minute. If you're doing BDSP, you're lucky to get 1 check a minute. You have 10 Jumbo Shiny Pokemon and 2 Teensy Shiny Pokemon, and not too shabby. That's right, not too shabby. I'm really impressed with that. I still don't have any of each, of either. Ghost Bunny, what's going on? It's been a little bit. How you been? Two Jumbo Shiny Pokemon, and both of them have personality marks. That's lucky. No shame in that. Nice. Thank you, Dragonic. Thank you for the pun and the sentiment. No Shiny Heracross. No Shiny Steelix. Soft resetting for Heatran and Black 2. Nice. That is one game that I have not shiny hunted in yet. I have like this great grand plan to get the shiny charm in Black 2 and White 2 and do some hunts there, but I keep getting sidetracked with other stuff, and I came to the realization a while back that in order to get the shiny charm Black 2 White 2, that means I basically have to replay all of Gen 4 as well. Ugh. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Gen 4. Gen 4 has incredible games, but, you know, I thought I had to beat 2 games. Turns out I basically have to beat 5 games in order to get the shiny charm. But that's still on the list. I will eventually do that. Starting your journey to 1000% Amori. Got 83 achievements to do and probably about 6 playthroughs to complete to get them all. Good luck on that, Ghost Bunny. That's a good goal. That sounds like a fun challenge. That sounds like a good journey. Yeah, because why not, right? I love that. Why not? Really can't complain about the uncommon mark in this last time because you were ridiculous luck with the rare mark last event. That's true. That's true. You got so many rare marks during the last event. I didn't get a chance to play yesterday, but I still think today I'm going to try and hunt for a shiny Seviper. I don't need it. I just love shiny Seviper so much. I think it's a beautiful shiny. Black 2, White 2 shiny charms, the ultimate dex challenge in the game, right? It's definitely up there. I think here's what's throwing me off, Jimmy, is I got the shiny charms in the Gen 6 games. And I remember what it took to get that. I basically was doing 4 playthroughs like concurrently, and just like trading everything over back and forth as I caught things, and it was very rewarding, but it took quite a while to get that done. And so I'm just imagining have to do all that with Black 2, White 2, and not only that, I can't just easily trade Pokemon from Gen 4 to Gen 5. I have to go through the whole thing about what's the right term? Transferring them up from Gen 4 into Gen 5. That's going to be a pain in the butt. Feels really good to be playing this game again from the ground up. Sometimes that is a lot of fun, to take a game that you've played 100 times and go back and start from scratch again. I really like doing that with a lot of games. A lot of Mario games, a lot of Zelda games. It's a long grind. You pretty much had to trade between all 4 games with 3DS for that. Exactly. Yeah, it was rough. I did it with 2, so it was even like rougher. But I got it done, and it was very rewarding. But yeah, I mean, Gen 8 has some good shiny hunting too. Obviously, I've done a lot of Gen 8 shiny hunting, and I'm doing it right now. But I feel overall, I think the 3DS era had the best balance of between. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It was just. It wasn't too quick. It wasn't too long. It was just right. Second shiny. Oh my goodness, Hassan! Look at you go. Selling for a shiny of each mon on Route 1 and Sword. You can't decide whether to count every single encounter to get an accurate count of how long it takes, or just count the specific encounter. I feel that. I mean, I think either way is legitimate. I'm one of those people, actually, like despite my streaming habits, when I'm not streaming, I typically don't count encounters for a couple reasons. One, it takes more time. Like it seems like it doesn't take a lot of time at all. It just takes like an extra second or two, but that adds up after after a long hunt. So there's that, and then also like if the numbers start getting high, I feel demotivated. So like in my head, I try and gauge it more by time. Kieran, I think either way is correct, depending on how you want to look at it, right? Like, yes, you could count every single encounter and say, okay, it took me 1,212 encounters to find the shiny, and that is correct. Or, separately, but also as correct, you could say, it took me 362 Rookidee encounters to get the shiny Rookidee. I don't think either way is wrong. I mean, it's entirely up to you. DexNav is your favorite method to hunt with because it's like SOS, but you're not stuck to a single battle screen for 8 hours. True, and unlike most shiny hunting methods, DexNav, like the longer you do it, the higher your odds increase, right? Like with SOS, once you get to if you're talking Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, once you get to an SOS count of 31, your odds are just stuck at 1 in 273 if you have the shiny charm. But with DexNav, the more encounters you do, those odds keep going up. You get the extra boost at a chain of 50, the extra boost at a chain of 100, and the best part is that it stays that way because that DexNav number like increases like from from encounter to encounter. Like, if you get to like a chain of like 400, right, and you haven't gotten the shiny yet, and you like save the game and quit, you can come back and that DexNav counter is still at 400. So like you're not starting the odds over. So like there, like a perfect example is there were 2 occasions when I was DexNaving Pokemon that I actually failed the shiny. One was a Cricketune. I didn't realize it had Perish Song. I think, if I'm remembering that correctly. And the other one was Darmanitan. It used a recoil move. It was my fault. I didn't do the research before I started this hunt. And so I failed those, and I had to reset the game to start the hunts over. But because I had been saving all along, the reclaims only took me a couple hours. You know, even though it took me like, you know, a couple days to get the DexNav up to where it was when I got the first shiny, because I had been saving, when I reset, it only took me a couple of hours to reclaim that shiny because my odds when I reset the game were higher than they were when I first started the hunt in the first place. Paris Song that happened to you with Cricketune 2020? Okay, I thought it was Paris Song. I couldn't remember though. Saw an old Facebook post as a memory the other week. It was you celebrating getting a shiny SOS Zorua at only 665. You'd be miserable now that you're so spoiled at those numbers. I feel that. Brux's Squad, or Rosie, you gotta go. Your phone's about to die. Go charge that phone, Rosie. But thank you for being here. Third shiny, Hassan, what is your luck today? Stop stealing all the shiny luck. I need some. Oh, they weren't Rosie. I'm sorry. Bruxus Squad, I'm sorry. I was told you were Rosie. That was wrong. But Bruxus Squad, if you're still here, go charge that phone. One thing I like about your 100% journey is you get to play through a whole bunch of side missions you didn't play in your first playthrough. Nice. Outbreaks have a base 1, 200, and use a sparkling power and tidal power. Yeah, so what does that drop the odds down to? 1 in 100 or 1 in 200 plus sparkling power. What is that? Is that like 1 in 100? I never rolled this a Viper with Final Gambit though. That's lucky. I remember when I was SOS hunting Riolu in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. Riolu has a Final Gambit, and all of its moves were either fighting or normal. And I just threw in, I think I threw in Decidueye. That made it so easy because Final Gambit won't actually KO the Pokemon that uses it if it doesn't hit, unlike Explode or Self-Destruct. So because I had a Ghost Pokemon out, Riolu could use Final Gambit as much as it wanted. It wouldn't do anything. Oh, you thought I was making a anyone who doesn't charge their phone is Rosie joke? Look, you know, here's the thing. I think we've all been trained that if we see someone in the chat that we don't recognize and their name is a Pokemon, that it's Rosie. And I completely blame Rosie for that. And I gotta stop doing that. I have to start assuming that it's not Rosie. And I don't care if I get laughed at for not knowing it's Rosie. I need to assume they aren't. Shine and KD caught did have Final Gambit, but you didn't know because you weren't paying attention. You caught it right away anyway. Nice. I didn't know Nincada could learn Final Gambit. How do I feel about Digimon? Azrael, I don't really have any strong feelings about Digimon. I never really got into it. I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, Digimon and Pokemon got really popular around the same time, and I just kind of preferred the look of Pokemon more. But you know, I don't have any issues with Digimon. I'm happy for the people that enjoy it, and it's really impressive that it's still like relevant. People are still talking about it all these years later. And there's been so many Monster Hunter games that have been similar to Digimon or Pokemon over the years that have just kind of like fell by the wayside. So, you know, mad respect to Digimon. Mad respect to making it this long and still being relevant. It's just not something that I've ever had much interest in. Your DexNav is an egg move. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's another cool thing about DexNav is that you can get egg moves. You can get really good IVs. First season of Digimon seemed like it was trying to copy Indigo League at least. Yeah, I caught a couple of random episodes here or there, but just never really followed it. Why do I hate Digimon? Get out of here, Ari. Nick's Pokedex, what's going on? Good to see you. Checking your Pokemon Scarlet and your Shiny Incineroar has the Treasure Hunter mark. Sweet. Must have been walking around with that one for a while. Picking up all them items. Am I the only one that like has an unnatural obsession with if I see something on the ground in Scarlet and Violet, I have to pick it up. I can't not pick it up. Remember getting the Digimon movie disc from a newspaper? I didn't know that was a thing. Tyler Shanks, I'm doing fantastic. Glad you are too. Enjoy playing Grounded. Pokemon Indigo League had a couple of edgy moments, especially in Japan. Yeah, I remember, I don't know why my lip is so itchy today. I'm sorry I keep doing that. I remember back in the early days and hearing about like the banned episodes and everything and getting online and watching them. So there's 3 episodes in particular that I'm thinking of from the Indigo League that were banned episodes in the US, and I totally got online and watched those episodes, which looking back, I don't even know how I did it. I don't even remember how that was possible back in like the pre-YouTube days. I don't remember where I watched them or how I watched them. But there were definitely some questionable moments in Indigo League. Forever an Agumon and Pikachu fan? No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. If you like shiny hunting, you will probably like looking for rare birds. Nothing like looking at a field of hundreds of gulls or geese and seeing one that looks different. That is true, Lillian. It is kind of cool that there are certain things that you can kind of do in the real world that are similar to shiny hunting. I've gotten to the point I've been shiny hunting for so long and so much. Like, I don't know if anybody else is weird like me. There are times where, like, out in the real world, I will see something that is different from the things around it, and my mind immediately goes shiny. Like, here's a perfect example. A couple months ago, I was driving to work, and there was some construction on the highway, and so they had they were closing down to one lane, and they had traffic cones out. You know, like the orange traffic cones. And so there's like half a mile of traffic cones, like letting people know, like, you gotta start merging over. And in between all these orange traffic cones, there was one traffic cone that was yellow. And my mind immediately went, shiny! Oh my goodness. If Electric Soldier Porygon's on YouTube, you're getting it, you need it. Yeah, I'm not sure if the banned episodes are on YouTube. But yeah, the Porygon episode, the Dratini episode, and the what do we call it? We'll call it the was it? I can't remember if it was Tentacool and Tentacool that was in that episode. The Bikini episode. I'll just call it the Bikini episode. I saw those online. Mewtwo, thank you. It is a nice shirt. No, Azrael, I get it. I understand what the internet's like. I understand what YouTube live streams can be like, and I totally have felt times where, like, almost kind of like cautious, like if I share my opinion, I'm gonna get flamed or something. But typically that doesn't happen here. We're a very welcoming, very supportive community. We don't really go after people for liking what they like, so you don't have to worry about that here. Yeah, seriously, Dragonic, seriously. I saw a yellow traffic cone, and my mind immediately said shiny. Spray painting animals and claiming them as shiny versions and throwing nets on them will get you in a lot of trouble, not that you know. Not that you know. Not that that's ever happened to you before, cheese. 1 minute until TCG Pocket. Yeah, good point. We will open a pack here. You're turning 41. Hey, you know what? In July, I'll be turning 45, so I totally get it, Azrael. And now I get the 1984. I thought maybe you were just a George Orwell fan. But no, I totally get it. I understand. But yeah, we're pretty chill here. James Oliver, good to see you. Yeah, let's go ahead and open up a pack. Yeah, Dragonix 41 too. No, Lillian, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That is really cool. Like being able to spot like an animal or something that has different coloring from the rest of them around. All right, we're gonna go to Charizard again. I want to get that full art pincer. I see the full art pincer and the full art Dragonite. Those are the last regular full arts I need. Yeah, it's probably a good idea not to focus too much on ages in chat, because that always leads to awkward conversations. But here we go. Let's see if we can get some luck here. We got a Snom. Hold on. Focus. Focus. There we go. We got a Snom. We got a Sandshrew. We got a Pinsir. Not the one we're looking for, though. We got a Hitmonchan. And we got a Ponyta. That was garbage. Absolute garbage. Total garbage. I can't believe you guys made me do that. Alright, let's get back to the hunt. You're like a Merlot, you aged perfectly. There you go. When I was in school, I liked PE. Certain years, I think a lot of my enjoyment or lack of enjoyment in PE had a lot to do with the teacher, and what they wanted us to do during PE. Probably my favorite year of PE was senior year. That was pretty cool. Teacher was really laid back, and we had a lot of different options of things we could do. We could go to the weight room. We could play ping pong. We could run laps in the gym. It was, basically like we were treated like adults. Like, all right, you guys got to get some, physical fitness in here. You have a ton of options here. Just do what you want. Lived in the era of the Afros. Get out of here, Mewtwo. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Mia. Who would actively choose to run laps? Honestly, Kieran, the people that were in the class that were also on the track team. They were constantly doing laps. I played football and basketball and track and field. Nice. Have a good meal. Do whatever I feel. We weren't at the YMCA, geez. But good reference. Storms, you won't be here when you end because you're going to watch movies. So I don't know when I'll trade for the coffee. We'll get you taken care of, Storms. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know when we're going to do it, but we're going to get you taken care of. You used to walk around the track with your friends in PE? There you go. Your feet get cold in PE. Are you wearing shoes? Make sure you're wearing shoes. Second time someone said get out to me. Kim said that to you a year ago for calling him Kim Burton. That's a name. Make a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reference when we were in school, not outside. That's right. So yeah, someone's gonna laugh at me for this. I know it. I would, since we were given the option, like I would either be doing ping pong or I'd be in the weight room lifting weights. Our school class themselves as a cross-country school is mandatory at least once a week in PE. Was awful. I'm sorry, Kieran. Opened a pack and got nothing. Dang it. Like, when it comes to, like, physical education, I am of the opinion that I think it's important. I think it's important to stay active. I think it's important to get exercise. But I feel like everyone is built different. Everyone will have will have more interest in perhaps like a particular type of physical fitness, and I don't think it's right to mandate or force people to do a particular type. I think it's all about finding what works best for you. So I really appreciate the fact that the teacher my senior year was like, look, we got like a billion different options here. You got to do something, find what works best for you. I understood that reference. I love that quote so much. Teacher won't let you wear shoes. He said that you don't keep your feet to yourself. James, what are you talking about? That's crazy. Used to get in trouble with PE, so when the presidential fitness test came up one year, he told the teacher that you weren't participating because you weren't old enough to vote, and you didn't vote for your right to take a silly test by a guy you've never met. That's crazy. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, seriously, like if you're trying to promote physical fitness to kids, if you're trying to get them into, you know, like healthy habits when it comes to keeping the body active, they're more likely to do that if you let them find something they enjoy doing. If you make it work, if you make it a chore, if you're forcing them to do something they don't enjoy, then they're less likely to continue doing that. You know what I mean? And no more so the worst luck by comparison to the other two body types. On that same token, they're staggeringly physically powerful. See, now we're getting into like, specifics that I honestly don't know much about. I'm not. I don't know too much about physical fitness, to be honest. I know I like the specifics. Like I know the physical fitness that I do. I know what I'm comfortable with. But like if we start getting into like the science behind it, I'm lost. Everyone should do general workouts, calisthenics, stretches for 30 minutes a day. But as someone with invisible disabilities, there are times when you complain about scary symptoms that you got scolded for in PE. Yeah, see, I just don't think that's right. I think it's all about helping the kids find what works out best for them. Hassan, my goodness gracious, come on, leave some shinies for the rest of us. Fitting this burrito into my mouth. Oh my gosh, jeez. I ate so much Taco Bell yesterday. It was amazing. Always just not bring your uniform to PE because if you didn't have it, you most likely get sit out of gym. You hated gym. That's a little life hack right there. Got scolded by the principal once for talking to your friend during PE? Dang. Yeah, I might do that, Ezreal. I've actually been looking at changing up my routine a little bit. That might be helpful to look at. Alright, let's get a shiny here. Never fully recovered from a torn quad from 3 years ago, so sports is a no-go for you these days, but gym, you can stay active and manage yourself more appropriately. Nice. See, I like that, Kieran. I like that. Like, you know, on the inverse of everything I was just saying about, you know, letting the person find what works best for them. I don't mean that as like an excuse of like, you know, you shouldn't do things. I don't like it when people use their personal situations as an excuse for not doing something. I much more respect, like Kieran was just saying, about people can have situations in their life that limit what they can do or limit how much of something they can do, but finding a way to work around those limits, that's what it's all about. Amber, good morning. Good to see you. Adding straws to your drinks always adds that much more little whimsy to your day. I love that. I love whimsy. I used to play football every weekend, but anything even slightly strenuous or sudden movements like it pops again, so you're sensible now. Osh. Osh. I don't know what Osh is, but that's the sound I just made. I'm sorry to hear that, Kieran. Sandwich is over. It's about time. 4 shinies on 1 sandwich. That's crazy. Hamstrings are really tight. Froakie, my goodness gracious. Froakie with the 22 months of membership would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Are you being wimpy? Like, am I hefty and you're wimpy? Is that what's going on right now, Froakie? Thank you so much. Let's get some hype in the chat. Osh gosh bagosh, that's right. How's my little frog boy doing? Good to see you too, buddy. You saw Hefty Smurf. Nice. Nice. Easily the best Smurf there is. Call Kieran Kiki a few streams back and your brain decided to type out Kiki again. Oh, I don't think he likes that. About to have your copies and feel, yeah, so you're about to feel even better? Nice. Yeah, I'm working on cup number 2 right now. Probably the right time to quit football. You were 30 and getting the runaround from 20-somethings. I feel that. I'm at that point, like, if I'm hanging out, like, with some of my friends that have kids, and I'm just, like, you know, playing around the backyard with the kids or whatever, it'll be, like, 10 minutes in, and they're, like, still, like, wired to all heck. And I'm just like, yeah, Uncle Hefty needs to take a seat for a couple minutes. No shiny Steelix yet, Razzie. We were waiting for you. 2 good sides bigger than average, 2 serious biggins, 2 uncommon marks. Serious biggins. Is a cheeseburger. Hefty is a cheeseburger, is fat patty melt, or is a patty melt a skinny hamburger? Oh, is a cheeseburger a fat patty melt, or is a patty melt a skinny hamburger? I would say patty melt's a skinny hamburger. Kids got dad to get Duncan. Not only do you get Duncan, but also Tiny has to do the dishes. Oh, you're just having the best morning ever, Amber. Obtuse, rubber goose, green moose, guava juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate shake, wherever Fernando may be. I guarantee that's what he's having for second breakfast. America runs on Duncan. Your worst sandwich is 3 shinies on 1 sandwich, and your worst sandwich is 3 shinies? Get out of here, son. I don't want to hear you talk ever again. Your worst sandwich is 3 shinies? Are you even kidding me? Like goal 60 question mark? I like it. Let's see if we can hit 60. Thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. I think my best was either 6 or 7. It was definitely during the Dunsparce era. I think it was either 6 or 7. Oh, boosted. Okay, so you're specifically talking about during the event. I gotcha. That makes more sense. I thought you meant like ever. Here from Shiny Stream, Graves. I remember you. I remember you from Shiny Stream. Welcome on in. Thank you for the like. Yeah, that makes more sense, Hassan. Hassan opens this game and it prompts him, which shiny would you like gifted before I start? Could you imagine? Sometimes it feels that way with Hassan. Hassan just has all the luck in the world. 1766 on the Heracross. 400 over odds. I don't know what I'm going to do it, but I'm going to completely redo all of this soon. I have a whole bunch of new stuff I want to put up. I mean, you still can't really see all the stuff that's going on up here too well. I want to put up the new clock that my dad made. I gotta put up the Polyworld light box that I printed. I just don't know when I'm gonna get around to it yet. I want to redo this whole area. I've even been thinking about like getting just like brand new shelving units to replace these ones. The best sandwich of all time was during the Satala event where we found 3 double shiny spawns in one sandwich as well as 4 other shinies, and you only failed one of them. That's crazy. You have a lot of Satan keys that you want to set up. It's like 50 to 60 of them, maybe more. That's a lot. I think I'm probably right around with you now. Hold on a second. Let's take a little trip. Let's take a quick trip. So, blurry as heck because I'm in the way. Can I get out of the way? So you can see right now I got those 3 shells, all of Satan cuties and other plushies. Plus I got the ones up there. It's getting just out of control. And then I'd like to, like, there's all the games over there. I'd like to get those more focused on. I would love at some point to be able to focus on that thing. The poster that came with the pre-order of X and Y from GameStop. But yeah. I wonder if Gen 10 could have good areas, god areas where you enter a route and everything is shiny. Could you imagine? Buy yourself a jumbo Game Boy Switch dock, Froakie theme color. We'll send DM. Please do. I would love to see that. I need a heftier shelf. I do. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. You gotta, Froakie, send me links to find out more about that. First shiny, the second sandwich already? Come on now. What even the heck? Thanks, Froakie. Imagine being that handsome while live on YouTube. Keith, if anyone can imagine it, I know you can. What's going on, Keith? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Scarlet and Violet has arguably your rarest shiny ever. Oh, yeah? Which one's that? Oh, yeah, the Chikorita. Yeah, the rare mark female shiny Chikorita. You know what? You've told me that a couple times, and each time you tell it to me, I force it out of my mind so that I'm not just always angry. Sitting at work waiting for staff to show up so you can head back home for a little bit before your shift. Oh my gosh. What? That's annoying. Yeah, definitely not ideal. You'd be incredibly jealous too if it happened to somebody else. Yeah, it's nuts. Shiny rare mark female Chikorita. You know what? I need to get a female Chikorita too. I haven't worked on my gender decks in a while, guys. I'll be honest. There's still a handful of shinies I need to get for the gender decks, and they're all miserable hunts. And I just keep putting it off. I need three shiny female Torchic. I need a shiny female Chikorita, because Meganium has a gender difference. I need 2 more white stripe basculins so that I can get both male and female Basculegion. I need 1 more Hisuian Sneasel. What else do I need? Yeah, Chikorita doesn't, but Meganium does. Meganium has a gender difference. The male and female Meganiums have different length of antennas. Yeah, so when it comes to starters, Chikorita, the final form has a gender difference. Bulbasaur, the evolved form and the final form have a difference. And Torchic, all 3 have a difference. I think that's all the starters that have gender differences. You know, if you're not counting Pikachu or Eevee. Now, I learned a lot about gender differences when I started working on that Dex. Oh, Bidoof. I still need a male Bidoof. And I've been working off and on getting that via Poke Radar and VDSP. And I keep finding shiny female Bidoofs. Even though I have a cute charm Pokemon in the lead of my party, every shiny Bidoof I find is the wrong gender. Even though Scarlet Violet has your rare shiny Sword and Shield has been your best shiny obtained. Which one is that? Alright, we're going to do one more check on the Steelix, take it up to 100, and then I'm going to go on a quick break. You're the cute charm. Well, thank you, Keith. That's very nice. Razzie, you're very sweet as well. The 2 of you are very sweet. I love it when I say something that, you know, you can easily make a flattering remark about. And 2 guys say it and no girls. So Keith and Razzie, thank you 2 for being so flattering to me. The Zygarde, okay. Yeah, that is a beautiful, beautiful shiny. Same joke, but late. I started the cute charm glitch, could you imagine? Okay, I need to move that counter over because that is overlapping on the screen and that's driving me crazy. That's good. All right, I'm going to go on a quick break. Feel free to stick around and chit chat, or you know, take off if you want. I don't know. I'm not your mama. Can't tell you what to do, but I will be back in a couple minutes. Chem Nation, I'm going on a break now that you're here. No Sharpedo. Sharpedo is my Sharpedo's the hunt I do when there's not a lot of time left on stream after we get a shiny. But I'll be back in a couple minutes. Watch yourself because Razzie's in charge. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back to it. You lost me a sub. That's okay, Razzie. Thank you, Mighty Munchkin. Jeez, get out of here. Thank you, Mewtwo. No TCG luck, Razzie. I opened a pack and it was all Garbo. Like, you know, of course I would love to get some more alt art cards or finally get a gold card. But what I'm focusing on right now is trying to get the last two regular full arts I need. I need the full art Pinsir and the full art Dragonite. And I haven't had any luck. That wasn't even a thing on my radar for a while until I happened to get the last full art card for from the Pikachu packs, and then that like completed a secret mission, and I was like, I didn't even know these secret missions existed, and so now that's what I want to do. Got the tree finally. The tree. Oh yeah. Executor. I ended up caving. I had just enough pack points for Mythical Island to buy it straight out, so I did. The pre-rendered 3D of Donkey Kong Country just doesn't age badly at all. Really? I loved that game. I haven't played that in years. Getting ready to fight the infected brood mother, the hardest boss in Grounded. Wish you luck. I would wish you luck, Tyler, and I guess I will wish you luck, but I know that you don't need the luck. You're gonna do it. I didn't find a single shiny while you were gone. You find one immediately after I came back. Come on now, Asan. It's getting ridiculous now. So I'm looking at that shiny Mega Steelix sprite that's on the overlay, like down there at the bottom, right above the 104. And that middle section, is that green on the side? It looks like it's green on the side. Is that what it actually looks like? I'm the good luck charm. I guess I am, just not for myself. It is green. Yeah, I've never noticed that before. So we're like, are Steelix's insides green? Onyx green. Yucky. I was just wondering if that's what it's supposed to reference. Steelix is basically Rey Skywalker from those movies. What? Green. Green on the inside. Technically, no one can be a good luck charm for themselves, because then they'd just be lucky. You know what? That's a fair point, Hassan. You can't be a good luck charm for yourself. You're either just lucky or you're not lucky, but you can't be a charm. Oh, floaty rocks, yes. Floaty rocks. Enjoyed those movies even if they're not good Star Wars films. Here's a hot take. This might have something to do with my age. I enjoyed the sequels about the same as I enjoyed the prequels, and feel free to take that as you want. They were a story. That is true. They did tell a story. Always grateful for more Star Wars content. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I realize I'm probably no longer really in their target demographic. I realized that watching the first couple episodes of what's the new show? Jerry, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. I don't even remember what the name of the show is anymore. Hayden Christensen did not do his best acting in those movies. However, in fairness to him, you gotta wonder how much of that was him and how much of that was the script he had to read from. Skeleton Crew, yeah, Skeleton Crew just, I'm sorry, Cheese, it just didn't hit for me. I almost said Graveyard Shift. I remembered it was based off of some, like, not based off of, it was the same name as some Stephen King book. I couldn't remember which one. Cybertruck owners who rely on superchargers are showing up to 5% battery degradation after only a couple of months. Okay. Thank you, Kim. Third shiny, my goodness gracious. Yeah, it just didn't do it for me. I would say, in my humble opinion, the best thing that Star Wars has done, I'll give you two. The best thing that Star Wars has done since the original trilogy, movie-wise, was Rogue One. TV show-wise was Andor. We got the Lopunny Sir Shicker. We got it yesterday at 2,569 checks. I also really like The Mandalorian, but certainly as the show has gone on, it's lost some of the appeal. It's you know, it's never gonna hit the heights as it did in the first season, but I do like The Mandalorian. Revenge of the Sith is the best. I will give this to Revenge of the Sith. I really respected how they tied in the end of Revenge of the Sith to the beginning of A New Hope. I thought they did a really good job, kind of like tying everything together and like having to be like a natural lead-in. I thought they did a really good job with that. So tired, barely slept, might fall asleep now. Go for it, Shicker. Yeah, I love Andor. I'm really looking forward to season 2. I just that era is one that I'm really fascinated when it comes to Star Wars. I'd like to see more focus on that era between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Like it fascinates me from like, I don't want to say historical perspective because obviously it's, you know, fiction, but yeah, the transition of the Empire taking over, you know, across the universe, and seeing how that happened, because you know obviously it wasn't gonna be an overnight thing. Can you explain why you like Jar Jar Binks more than Han Solo? It's very unexplainable, Cam. It's so unexplainable that it borders on the ridiculousness of the concept. Have a good night, Shicker. Thanks for being here. Same here, Cheese. Same here. I mean, over the years, you know, my feelings about the prequels has tempered. It's cooled. You know, I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't watched them a whole bunch of times, but yeah. Overall, like I said, I enjoyed the prequel movies about the same as I did the sequel movies. Last Jedi has a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 41% audience. Never seen a film like that on that site. Yeah, it Rotten Tomatoes used to be good. I feel like in the past 10 years or so, it's really fallen down, and a lot of that is due to rating bombs, or whatever they call them. Just people that are angry about the movie or the concept or whatever, just going in and leaving terrible reviews just to try and ruin its score. Slug from Star Wars, Jabba the Hutt. Now that's a good bottles, jars. Oh, Jar Jar. I get it. Best Jar Jar is Darth Jar Jar. That's a good Jar Jar. I remember seeing those videos about was Jar Jar secretly a Sith Lord? Those were pretty entertaining. One guy who seems to live their life by. I mean, I think it was a great review site back in the day. When it really came to my attention that things were getting bad with the review bombs was when Captain Marvel came out. And I'm not saying that Captain Marvel was the best Marvel movie. By far, it was not. But I don't think that really had anything to do with Brie Larson. But because so many people did not like Brie Larson, and also it was the fact of, I think it came out the same weekend as Battle Angel Alita, or whatever that movie was called, which is a decent movie. People review bombed the heck out of Captain Marvel just to make it look bad. And that's when I was like, yeah, there's limits. I don't know how to say it. Like, when you allow anyone to post whatever they want, things are going to get skewed. And part of that is because of the natural tendency of people are way more likely to leave a review when they are dissatisfied than they are when they are satisfied. So it creates a skewed image of something. Sure, a lot of people hate 7 through 9 because they don't know how to have their own opinion. Yeah, I mean that's a fair statement as well, Cam. I mean, how often do we see it, like even just with the Pokemon games, where people say they don't like a Pokemon game because of some reason that happens to be something that some big YouTuber said years ago, and people just start parroting that without actually thinking about whether or not they actually agree with it. Larry, what's going on? Good to see you. Yes, James, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about because I got those messages as well. Pretty wild, pretty crazy. You love the Kylo movies because you have a big crush on him. This is true. You do. But yeah, I don't want to say, I should say, I don't want to specify who we're talking about, James, just because I feel like that's almost bordering on like speaking badly about someone, particularly when someone that I really like a lot. But yeah, I was really shocked to get those messages yesterday on Discord. I hope they get it figured out quickly. That's really unfortunate. That's terrifying. I can't imagine being that large of a streamer, having that huge of a Discord, and the Discord getting hacked. That's nightmare fuel right there. You don't know whatever Star Wars is about, but that Kylo guy. One of the funniest one-liners ever, in my opinion, was on a show called Arrested Development. The matriarch of the family wanted to get one of the kids out of the house and gave him like a $5 bill and it's like, here you go to the theater, go watch a Star War. And I don't know why that always cracked me up. Go watch a Star War. NFL Countdown, there you go. Any games in particular you're excited about today, Larry? God, the first 3 seasons of Arrested Development was so good. Is that a Star War? I didn't dislike season 4 as much as a lot of other people did, but I think I started season 5. I think I might have gotten 1 or 2 episodes into it and just never finished it. Remember that girl in the Sonic movie who asked Tails if he was Detective Pikachu and then Knuckles went Pika Pika? Did he really? I haven't seen it. That's funny, though. That's really funny. What's going on with Detective Pikachu 2? Is that in production? Any news on that? I enjoyed the first Detective Pikachu, but there were a lot of Pokemon that, when put in like quote unquote real life versions, were absolute nightmare fuel. Um, some of them were just gross. Like on Big Bang Theory, when Bob Newhart was like, "Is that an internet?" You haven't seen it yet, but you want to. You missed theater showings. What, Sonic? Yeah, I haven't watched any of them yet, actually. I gotta hand it to the creators of the Sonic movies, though. I have mad respect for, I don't know, Teethgate or whatever you want to call it. When they were showing the first trailers for the first Sonic movie with that old version of Sonic, and everyone just rioted. And was like, "This is disgusting. I will never watch this." So they went back and redid all the Sonic animation. I had to give them props for that. I'm sure that was not cheap to do. Can I say something lower about Detective Pikachu Returns, or is it spoilers? I mean, personally, I don't care, but some people in the chat might, so I'd say probably avoid it. Yeah, Lickitung in particular. Lickitung in particular, I did not like in Detective Pikachu. How badly they fought with those Pokemon designs. Some of them were okay. I liked some of them, and I'm accentuating the word some. Actually, tearing down Justin Herbert because he isn't constantly running the ball. Oh my gosh. Ari, I don't know why. I always forget that you're not a Ryan Reynolds fan. Gengar. To its credit, Detective Pikachu is probably the strongest Pokemon film. I mean, it. How do I say this without alienating my fan base? I would agree with you, Mia, because it's the only one that's not an animated movie with animated movie writing. I did not know that, Ari. But now that I think about it, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah. I think we're on the same page, Mia. Like, there's lots of TV shows and movies that I can enjoy while also realizing that they aren't going to win any awards. So, yeah, with a lot of animated movies in particular, I can enjoy a lot of animated movies while also realizing that, it's not the best written thing. Thought the comics were great. I enjoy the comics a lot. Um, I am kind of this isn't just with Deadpool, but a lot of comics in general. I really am not a huge fan of the movie effect, where they make movies based off of comic book characters that become popular. Uh, like the movies become very popular, and because of that, they then change the comic book character to better reflect the personality of the movie character. Not a huge fan of that. Catherine Newton's great in everything she does, whether it's Detective Pikachu or Abigail. Catherine Newton. Let me look that name up. Name sounds familiar, but I can't see her. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know who that is. Heracross got shine soon. 1800s mad work. No kidding. And we just got the Lopunny yesterday, which was 2569. So, I'm already coming off of an over odds hunt. This one's already over odds. But I can't complain too much because every hunt other than the Lopunny and the Heracross so far has been under odds. You always want to call her Sabrina Carpenter because they kind of look similar. I still don't know anything about Sabrina Carpenter other than the name, and I know that she is not the daughter of Karen Carpenter. You love movies that everyone else seems to hate, so you personally do not pay attention to reviews. I totally get that. I feel like, especially nowadays, because I feel like reviews are usually, not always, usually one of two things. Either some random dude on the internet that has, like hates the movie for some strange reason, so he'll just go off on a tangent about it, or it's written by a film critic, like a professional film critic, that has his head so far up as you know what, that he can't allow himself to enjoy anything that isn't highbrow. So yeah, I don't pay too much attention to reviews. If I see like a trailer or something for a movie and I think it looks interesting, I will check it out myself and find out if I like it or not. I typically don't even read reviews about movies until after I watch a movie, and even then it's only sometimes. Like sometimes I'll finish a movie and it will leave such an effect on me that I want to get online and see if other people feel the same way I do about it, whether for good or for bad. But yeah, I typically don't ever read reviews before checking it out myself. Sandwich 2 is over. 2 a little bit bigger than average. 1 good sight bigger than. Getting closer. Yeah, I know Karen Carpenter like died like a long time ago. It was like you with aliens, and then it was you who felt alien. I still respect the heck out of that area. Like this is a perfect example. Ari and I would like to say are pretty close. We're good friends. We share a lot of the same opinions. Ari and I disagree about this in particular, but I can't even be like mad about it because I think it's such a legitimate and cool take that Ari far more enjoys the first Alien movie than Aliens. And I respect the heck out of that opinion. It's not an opinion that I personally agree with, but I still respect the heck out of that opinion. And I wish the world was a little bit more like that, where people could have disagreements, but still like respect each other's opinions. I always like to use that as an example because I remember you telling me that, and I was surprised. Then I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad at that. I mean, I can't even I don't agree with it, but I can't like argue against it. You know? One of my best friends, I love the tar out of you. Thank you so much, Ari. I feel the same about you. Probably watch less movies than a 10-year-old has. Nothing wrong with that. Oh my gosh, the average watch time right now is 5 minutes, 17 seconds. How crazy is that? Enjoy the first one more just because the second one is more let's go to war. I feel like Mia, I don't want to speak for her. I feel like Ari had some similar opinions. You do appreciate the movie Aliens for what it meant for the cinematic scene. Definitely was a bit of a game changer. But like I like to use Alien and Aliens as an example because I think it's so neat. Like the first Alien movie was really more horror, right? And then the second one, while still having some scary scenes, I felt was more like sci-fi action. I really do feel like those first two movies are like separate genres. And you don't really see that too often in a franchise that they change genres. You're enjoying using Chatot and Elite Redux? Nice. What's the moveset on Chatot, James? Only two movies that you probably watched the whole series of is Harry Potter and The Descendants, or The Descendants and Descendants. Okay. The Descendants is a band. You know everything about film. You've seen over 240 of them. That is true, Kim. It's not even because of the moveset. Do tell James. What is making Chatot so much fun? Because of a combo you found? Well, fill me in. Give me the tricks of the trade. Hem knows the entire periodic table. It has an innate called parroting, which makes it immune to sound moves, but also it copies sound moves used. Sound moves used. And opposite units obstruct as a sound move. Oh! Roger Ebert offered you his job once? That's crazy, Mia. We found that a couple of older movies in their 70s or earlier had remakes that were entirely different genres from the 80s or 90s. Give me an example. You got me curious now. I can fact check. Is that Mewtwo? Is that your way of saying I'm old? Sequels? Yeah, give me a for instance. He was like, Cisco's grinding my gears, I gotta get out. I could see that. I miss those old Siskel and Ebert reviews. I didn't always agree with them, but they were always entertaining to watch. They had a fun dynamic. That's right, late 20s. That's right. I'm like 25. I'm like 25. 25 playing Pokemon. Now that we got the Lopunny out of the way, Heracross is starting to annoy me a bit. Remove my coffee cup. Was it that darn Gene Siskel again? Neverending story. Yeah, that's fair, Ari. And I mean, it is from the 80s. That's a fair one. Yes, 2 was definitely a lot different from 1. And 3 was just... I don't even know what 3 was. 3 was a fever dream. If you've never seen Neverending Story 3, that's on the list of like movies that are so bad you have to experience. And like, I can't even describe it. You just have to experience it. Also stars a very young, very thin Jack Black as the leader of the Nasties. I didn't even know that I've seen Neverending Story a million times. I had watched Neverending Story 2 a few times, but I remember in early 2000s I was at a friend's house for the weekend, and he had all 3 movies, and I was like, "What do you mean there's a third one? This is news to me." So we watched the first 2, and he put on the third one, and I experienced it for the first time, and it was so terrible. It was so god awful. The first thing I did when I got home was I bought a copy for myself. Gremlins, yeah, Gremlins 2, quite different from the first Gremlins. First Gremlins was a straight up like horror comedy, and then Gremlins 2 was like a real like satire type movie. What's your favorite movie with Jack Black, and why is it I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? I mean, that was just like the pinnacle of writing, Kim. I mean, watch I Still Know What You Did Last Summer and tell me that a better movie has never been written. You own 1 and 2, you didn't know about 3 until I told you, right? It's something. It is something. Like, I'm a huge Jim Henson fan. This is one thing I will say about Neverending Story 3. I'm a huge Jim Henson fan. Always have been. Whether we're talking Muppets, Fraggle Rock, Sesame Street, Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, fantastic stuff. But Jim Henson Studios took over the puppetry for Neverending Story 3, and it is the worst god awful thing I've ever seen. It was just they Jim Henson Studios grabbed the interns and said, "All right, you guys are working on this movie." Who is Bob Hansen? Chris Hansen's brother. Let's see, which one do I want to show you? We'll use this one. Kim Burton. Oh my gosh. All right, so you guys remember Falcor? You guys remember Falcor from Neverending Story, Neverending Story 2? The luck dragon that everybody loves? Am I getting destroyed here, by the way? I'm like totally not even paying attention. Yeah, I am. That's what Falcor looks like in Neverending Story 3. How terrible is that? The fourth Hanson brother who got kicked out of the band before they started. Oh my gosh. Handsome. It's just it's not Falcor. Not hashtag not my Falcor. You know what I mean? Do I think Drampa is a ripoff of Falcor? I wouldn't be surprised if Falcor was an influence on Drampa. Scary Jim Henson movie. I think you're probably talking about the Dark Crystal. Yeah, Dark Crystal. I remember the first time I watched that movie. I was a kid, and I knew it was a Jim Henson movie. So, like, I'm thinking Muppets, right? And so I was probably like maybe six, maybe 7 years old. No, probably 6. And I put on Dark Crystal for the first time, and there's all these like monsters and scary bird people and things like that. And I'm waiting for Fozzie to show up. I'm waiting for Fozzie and Kermit to show up, and they never did. It was rough. And then the first time I watched Labyrinth, which is now like one of like my favorite 80s movies ever. First time I watched Labyrinth, if you've seen that, so at the beginning, Sarah is reading, sounds like the bird with the crystal plumage, exactly. Sarah's reading the story to her little brother Toby, and she's reading about the goblins and everything, and they do like a jump cut to like a screen full of goblin heads, and all the goblin heads are talking, right? Like, oh, she's saying the words, is she gonna do it? And like, just they don't like, ease you in. It's just a jump cut to a screen full of goblin heads, and it scared the crap out of me. I closed my eyes and I listened for like another like 5-10 minutes before I finally turned the movie off. And when the Goblin King shows up for the first time, which was actually played by David Bowie, but I didn't know this because my eyes were closed. I just imagined in my head there's this giant, monstrous-looking, ugly goblin. And then like a day or two later, I watched it with my mom because I felt like, you know, I'd be safe if I watched it with my mom. And that's when I realized it was just a regular-looking guy. Jareth. Sounds like Troll 2. Not too dissimilar. But I think the goblin heads in Labyrinth were scarier than the goblin heads in Troll 2. Except for that one goblin in Troll 2 with the bug eyes. You know which one I'm talking about. The one that I have no reason for thinking this, but I do think was definitely a woman goblin with the big bug eyes. Can we give Sonic a chili dog? I would love to give Sonic a chili dog. So in the process of finishing my Gen 1 falls, I've gotten 2 Feebas, 2 Kabuto, 1 Barboach, and a Nidoran male. All those on one switch except for the Barboach. That's crazy. Keith, congratulations. So you're still going for the Omanite? Got a runtime for work? Good luck at work, Cheese. Best quote from Troll 2. Oh my god, that was such a great scene. That was a beautiful scene. I would love to see... I don't remember. Did they interview him in Best Worst Movie? I would love to see an interview with that guy today. The guy that got turned into a plant. Barboach was like 4K encounters ago on that Switch. It's going to pop soon, though. Yeah, it is. It's going to pop real soon. He was in that? Honestly, Cam, I haven't watched Best Worst Movie in quite a few years. I need to rewatch it. All I really remember from Best Worst movie is the dad being a dentist and like just how happy about life he is. And the one old man that is like just as creepy in real life as he was in the movie. Mia, have you seen Best Worst Movie? If you haven't, you need to watch it. Keith, I constantly think about that when playing Sword and Shield, and I hate thinking about it. So Mia, there's a documentary that came out in the early 2000s, I think. Maybe like 2006, 2007, somewhere around there. It's a documentary done by the guy that plays the kid in Troll 2. And it's a documentary about the making of Troll 2. The cult classic aspect of it that makes it like the best, worst movie ever. And he goes around and interviews people that worked on the movie. And like, you know, like checks in on them and sees what they're up to nowadays. It's fantastic. You gotta watch it. It will give you... If you can believe it or not, it will give you an even higher respect for how bad that movie is. It might be on YouTube. I'm not sure. Let me look it up and see what streaming services have it. Okay, it was from 2009. It's on Amazon Prime. Let's see. Amazon Prime, Philo, Tubi, Sling TV, Fandango. It is on YouTube, but it does require a premium subscription. But Amazon Prime, Philo, Tubi. Tubi's probably going to be your best bet. It's in your physical movie collection. Yeah, I have it on DVD. I don't know, Cam. Do you think they'll ever make a 4K Steelbook of Best Worst Movie? Probably not. Sad. You know what they did make a steelbook of, though? You know what movie they did make a steelbook of? Akira 25th Anniversary Special Edition. That is a steelbook. I bet you there's like a 40th edition out now, or 40th anniversary edition. There it is. There it is. I like how I can just like not put things away, and that's okay because I can just label it under a reoccurring gag. It needs to have a Steelbook definitive unrated director's cut with at least 5 more seconds of additional footage. It really does. Thank you to everyone that's hanging out, spending some time with me this morning. I appreciate it. I had a little bit of a panic attack this morning when I was getting ready for the stream with the Legends Arceus with the Steelix. I've had this hunt set up for like a week now, like literally like saved right here, ready to like start the resets. And this morning I was like, oh my gosh, do I have Gigaton balls in my inventory? Did I grab Gigaton balls from out of my storage and put them into my inventory? Because I gotta catch the Shalfa Steelix and the Gigaton ball. Thankfully, I do. Because otherwise, I would have had to reset up the whole thing. Because I'm not catching it in an Ultra Ball. Even though the coloring kind of works. I feel like you have to catch a Shalfa Steelix and a Gigaton. Odds are 1 in 585 on the Steelix. We're at 150 so far. Hopefully this won't go as long as the Lopunny did. It's rare for Pokemon to even break out of those. They're great Pokeballs. Good. So I gotta figure out what we're doing about Gyarados. This got brought up earlier, and I still haven't decided. We got 3 options for Gyarados. Probably the worst option for Gyarados is is either an Outbreak or a Sandwich in Scarlet and Violet. I just feel like it's the easy way out. You know what I mean? The second option is to do a soft reset hunt in Sword and Shield for it, like we're doing for the Heracross right now. And the third option is to get the Shalfa in Legends Arceus. I feel like if we do that, I kind of feel like we have to get the flying one. I don't know how possible that is, though. I don't know how much of a setup that is. I don't know how long the reset or how long the checks would take on that. But I mean, Gyarados would probably be a pretty good Shalfa as well. Go to the area where Gyarados is, hunt something else, and you'll probably get a Gyarados. That happened to me, Mia. That happened to me probably about 2 months ago in Scarlet and Violet. I was hunting for a Nuzleaf. I was hunting for a Nuzleaf for the Gender Dex. And I had a Grass-type Sandwich going. And boom, there's a shiny Gyarados in the river next to where the Nuzleaf was. It'd be like that. You know what? I'm starting to think, I think this afternoon I am going to play some Scarlet and Violet. I do want to get a shiny Seviper. I don't need it. I just love the shiny. And then I think I might work on the Gender Dex some more. I might see if I can get another White Stripe Basculin. I might hatch some eggs, see if I can get that last Hisuian Sneasel I need. Griffin coming in on the Shinies raid. Thank you for coming in on that raid, Griffin. My goodness gracious, I'm not going to lie. You're a wee bit late, but late's better than never, so thanks for being here. Just a little bit, just a tad. How you doing, Griffin? You having a good day? Yeah, Shiny's rated us towards the beginning of stream, Mighty Munchkin. I think it might have been a little bit before you got here. I'm doing pretty good, Griffin. Thanks for asking. Just looking for some shinies in Pokemon Shield and Legends Arceus. Working on this challenge I'm doing that shinies actually challenged me to do several months back. I'm trying to get all the Pokemon that have mega shinies, have mega evolutions before Legends EA comes out. You can see right here, out of the 47, we're not counting Deancey because I can't hunt that. Out of the 47 Pokemon that have mega evolutions, we got 32 so far. We got the Lopunny yesterday, and today we're trying to get the Heracross and the Shalfa Steelix. But thank you for the luck. Which ones am I missing? Good question. Let's run through that real quick. Other than obviously the Heracross and the Steelix, I still need Kangaskhan, Gyarados, Aerodactyl, 2 Mewtwo's, Mawile, Sharpedo, Altaria, Latios and Latios, Abomasnow, Gallade, and Audino. Those are the ones I need. And Bhuvan thinks that we're going to get the Heracross at 2410. And Mighty Munchkin is currently racing me in this challenge. He's at 34. I forgot we need to get Aerodactyl. Ugh, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Altaria is easy in Scarlet and Violet. That is true, Griffin. You know what I'm actually planning on doing for Altaria? This is kind of wild. I'm looking forward to it. I'm planning on Altaria being the last one we go for. And for that one, I'm actually going to hunt it in Scarlet and Violet, but as the static Terra Altaria. The Altera, if you will. I'm hoping to set up a hunt so that static Terra will be the shiny. It's gonna take some work. It's gonna be a little painful. But yeah. How much dust has Fire and Blood Book collected lately? Kieran, actually, it hasn't collected any dust because I actually took it with me on my my Christmas holiday. I took it with me, so it's been moved around quite a bit. It hasn't been sitting long enough to gather dust. But no, seriously, I have about 70 pages left in another book that I'm finishing up. And then once I finish that book, I'm moving on to Fire and Blood. My favorite Mega Shiny. My favorite Mega is probably either Mega Blaziken or Mega Scizor. My favorite Mega Shiny, it might be a basic answer, but it's gotta be Mega Gengar, right? I mean, just how awesome does Mega Gengar look? You agree with both? Nice. It is a good one. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, I don't talk about this a lot because every time I mention Gengar's name, I owe Razzie 350. But Gengar is my favorite Ghost type Pokemon. It always has been. It's an amazing Pokemon, and I don't hate Gengar Shiny, but I think it could certainly be better. And I'm definitely team White Shiny Gengar, which is a team I just made up. But I would not at all be upset if they change Gengar Shiny to be white, like the Mega is and like the Gigantamax version is. I have yet to see a ghost Pokemon that I enjoy more than Gengar. And I like a lot of ghost Pokemon. Kieran, are you reading anything recently? Thank you to the 27 of you that are hanging out right now. My goodness gracious. Appreciate that. And we are just 6 likes away from the like goal. And only 2 subs away from our next sub goal of 1910. Let's get a shiny. It'd be nice after the over odds hunts of Lopunny and Heracross. It'd be nice to get a shiny 2 days in a row. I love Mega Ampharos. Mega Ampharos is pretty good too. Rereading Game of Thrones for like the 3rd time. Kieran, you're gonna be so mad at me. You're gonna be so mad at me. So I did not read Fire and Blood at all during my Christmas holidays. And the book I was just talking about, that I had 70 pages left to read. I meant to take that with me to finish it, and I totally left that book on the counter in the kitchen when I left to go to the airport. So I ended up reading part of Game of Thrones over the holidays. Where am I at? I think I'm right around the part where Rob rallies the banners together to head south because Ned's been taken prisoner. You can accept that? Okay, good. I mean, I'm never far from the franchise. I'm never far from the franchise. It's been probably close to 10 years since I've read the book, so my plan is to slowly work on doing a reread. But you know how big those books are. It's going to take a while. But yeah, I have the 5 books on my Kindle. Although I do have the physical versions now because I had a scare with my Kindle a few months ago. I powered it up for the first time in years, and it took about 3 hours and some troubleshooting to get it to re-download all the books I had purchased. So I was like, okay, I need to buy them physically now. Favorite Pokemon, favorite shiny Pokemon? Good questions. My favorite Pokemon of all time is this guy right here, Poliwhirl. I love Poliwhirl. I've loved it since I first laid eyes on him back in '99. My favorite shiny is Shiny Stuffle. I don't know what it is. There's something about that color, that like goldenrod-ish, orangish, yellowish, goldish color. I just love that shiny. And the fact that he's a little stuffed teddy bear and he's got a tag on his bum, it's a perfect Pokemon in my opinion. Favorite Pokemon is Blaziken. Your favorite shiny is Mareanie. Nice. Blaziken is my favorite fully evolved starter. Like Torchic's my favorite starter. Blaziken's my favorite fully evolved starter. Wooper and Lopunny, those are good Pokemon. Halfway through the first book again? Okay. Kieran, no, that's a stupid idea. That's a stupid idea. I'm not going to embarrass myself by finishing that thought. You're just going to laugh at me. Goldenrod-ish, Golden City, yes. Totodile favorite Pokemon, Nickit favorite shiny. You know what? That's a good call on Nickit. I don't think Nickit gets enough credit. I think Nickit's a beautiful shiny. I was so excited when I hunted that. Let me know when you reach the book with Starbucks cup. That was so embarrassing, Mia. I don't know what happened that last season. Like everything just fell apart. And like that's not an issue with the acting. That's not an issue with the writing. I mean, that's just straight up like production design and editing. What happened? What happened to that show? The grays and blues are just lush, they really are. They're all gonna laugh at you. Welcome back, Airy. Gen 3 was peak Pokemon, best Pokemon were in that game. I won't 100% agree with that, but I will say, and I've long said, the perfect starters are Gen 3 and Gen 6. Typically, every generation, I'll have like one starter that I love above all others. Gen 3, even though Torchic is my favorite of all time, I absolutely love Trico and I love Mudkip and I love all three starters in Gen 6. There's no dead weight there in my opinion. For me, my favorite games of all time, my favorite Pokemon games of all time are Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And yes, I know there's like 4 billion hours of cutscenes, but you know what? I love the game that much that I don't care. Oh, the Clay Doll's not in Sapphire? I still need to get Sapphire. Sapphire is the last game that I need to reclaim, and then I'll have the entire library of Pokemon games. I don't know. Part of me feels like I should put the Switch games up there too, but because those are different size cases, I feel like it would throw off the aesthetic. I can't decide what to do about that. Gen 3 was such a banger for starters, it really was. All ready for Claydol, and it never showed up. Airy, can you please make this Heracross shiny? Work your magic. Shining right now. Thank you, Airy. Appreciate that. Could you imagine, Airy, could you imagine if that worked? After Sorok and Lunatone, which are very bulky, admittedly, it ended and you were actually a little sad. Aww. It worked, I believe, one time. You are my good luck charm, not just with shinies, but just in life. Shiny Heracross. Dang, not shiny. Love all the stars except Chikorita and the Gen 8 stars, and not a lot of people would agree, but you don't like Cyndaquil. When it comes to Gen 2, my favorite of the 3 starters is Totodile. It's not that I don't like Cyndaquil. It's that I don't like Cyndaquil as much as most people do. So I'm with you on that, Griffin. I feel the same way about Oshawott. It's not that I dislike Oshawott. I just genuinely don't understand why so many people are in love with Oshawott. Airy, I know, I've disappointed you. And I literally have a member emote of Cyndaquil, and I'm saying this. Overrated, so is Charizard. I think okay. This is gonna be a really, really weird analogy, but just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me here for a second. So I'm a huge nerd, right? I'm a huge dork. I love sci-fi. I love comic books. I love video games. Um, even nerd stuff that I'm not like in love with, I know a lot about just because I feel like, particularly back in like the 80s and 90s, before like the internet and you could like hang out in your own little subreddits or whatever, like all nerds got lumped together. So even nerd cultures that you weren't like a part of, you learned a lot about because you're forced, like you were lumped together. You're forced to be together. Like Star Wars, for example. Star Wars is fine. I like Star Wars. I'm not like super into Star Wars, but I know a ton about it because I'm a nerd. Therefore, I have to know about Star Wars. There's a show that came out in the early 2000s, I think, called Firefly. It's a show by Joss Whedon, the guy that did Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And there is every indication that Firefly should be one of my favorite shows ever. It's got the nerd cast, it's got the nerd writing. Everything about that show screams this is a show that Hefty should really enjoy. I have tried watching Firefly so many times. Like I literally even own the complete series, and I just cannot get into it. And it's not that I think there's something wrong with Firefly. It's not that I think it's a bad show. It's not that I think, it's stupid. I feel like there is something wrong with me that I don't enjoy it. It's me, not you, right? It's a me thing. It's not anything wrong with Firefly. That's how I feel about certain Pokemon. Like everybody seems to love these Pokemon, but I think they're okay. I don't understand why I don't like them as much as other people do. Maybe the song ruined it for me. Could be. Moosin, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. Charizard's something special. People think it's all amazing, but it's a fire dragon. If you want a dragon, pick Salamence. Yeah. Salamence is strong against Palkia, that's right. Palkia's weak against that Salamence type. Yeah, I mean, there's just, certain things that seem to be just, like, extremely popular with people, and I don't understand why I'm not on that bandwagon. Firefly is a wonderful show. Should have gone longer, but as criticism, the episodes seem out of order. And I think, yeah, I mean, that I like with the history and everything with the show, they did Firefly dirty from the beginning. Oh my gosh, Mewtwo, did you hunt down that picture? Mewtwo, that's crazy. I know exactly what picture you're talking about. That's from like 2020 or something. That's wild. Yeah, like when the episodes were originally aired, they were out of order. I believe they fixed that for the series, the box series set. But I'll just say, Mia, the order in which the episodes, the order in which I watched the episodes, is not the reason I didn't love it. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I don't love it. On paper, it should absolutely be one of my favorite shows. That's crazy, Mewtwo. I can't believe you found that. I'm not mad. I'm impressed. Enjoy the movie Serenity far better than the show. Yeah, because I never finished the show, I never bothered watching Serenity. You enjoyed Serenity first and watched the show retroactively. Maybe that's something I should try doing. It's so golden. Mewtwo, you want to hear something funny about that picture? So that picture is me showing off the mug that I bought. When that mug arrived, it was broken. The handle is broken off in like 4 pieces. And for some reason, I felt bad telling anyone that because I thought it would reflect badly on PM7 for some reason. So if you look closely at that picture, you can see that I'm holding the mug kind of weird to hide the fact that there's no handle on it. You worked at a video store at the time, get to rent new releases for free and early. That's awesome. I worked at a movie theater for a year and got to see movies in the theater early. That was really neat. That's like working at a video store or a movie theater. That's got to be like one of the best work perks you can ever get is early access to movies. Dr. Fiend, good to see ya. I'm doing well. How you doing? Rest of the experience with customer service, all downsides, but we think it was a perk. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I worked at the concession stand at the movie theater. That was back in '99. It doesn't happen a lot nowadays. It's calmed down a lot, but occasionally I still have nightmares about working there. Dr. Fiend, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Yep, I am in Kem's channel a lot. Chem Nation is an incredible streamer, and dare I say, a very good friend of mine. I always love hanging out in his channel. But yeah, always good to see you, Dr. Fiend. I see you in lots of channels. You're always supporting the community. It's always a nice perk seeing you. Watching movies all the time. It was back in '99, watching movies all the time. Oh, when I went away for doing my first crime. Ariana. Galactic Admin. Pink Poliwhirl. Mod Wrench. You're fantastic. I could have met Sean Kingston when he was watching movies all the time. I could have. I really do not age. I mean, that was only like 4.5 years ago. That was still when I was in my 40s. Before he went away for doing his first crime, that's correct. That was Fresh Prince for a second. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, and the playground is where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys, they were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. Oh my gosh, let's not think about his mom. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. Then mom said something. Moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. Whistle for a cab, and when it came near, the license plates had freshened and it had dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say this cab was rare, but I thought, forget it. Yo home's to Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cab, yo home, smell you later. Look to my kingdom, I was following you there. Sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air. What is that line? It's driving me crazy. I got in one little fight. My mom got scared and said, you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. That's it. Do it all in one take? You know what? I might do it. Alright, here we go. You did say it. Thank you, Ari. I was trying to remember it. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, and the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of school when a couple of guys, they're up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. Got in one little fight, my mom got scared, said, you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. Whistle for a cab and when it came near. License plates of fresh and a dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say this cab was rare, but I thought, no, forget it. You're home to Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cab, "You home? Smell you later." Looked to my kingdom. I was finally there, sitting on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air. I begged and I pleaded with her day after day. You know, Kim, I was thinking about it. I don't remember all the lyrics to the full song. If you guys don't know, at least the first season, I don't know if it was the first couple seasons. The first season, there's a whole different verse to that song, or a whole additional verse to that song, that happened between Mom saying "move to Bel Air" and him whistling for the cab. But I don't remember that. That would win AGT. Get out of here, Mewtwo. I got in one little fight and Mom got scared. Got in one little fight and then I went away for doing my first crime. That's what he goes on about going away for doing his first crime. You're something else. I don't know what, but something else. Dang, that loading screen on Arceus. I don't know if it's because it's a digital version or instead of physical, or if the loading screen always takes that long, but man, that's rough. You're giggling like an idiot? It must be Sunday. Oh, Jesus, Sunday. Yeah, you should probably check your day planner area, see if there's anything that you need to get done today. Scarlet Violet took you 10 seconds to load the map fully a few days ago? That's crazy. Remind you of the trash bag brand. That's actually, Dr. Fiend, where the name came from. So anyone that's curious about why I'm named Hefty, I haven't told the story in a while. We got some new people in the chat, some new subscribers. Maybe you haven't heard this before. When I was in college, I was in a fraternity. And when I joined the fraternity, you get like a fraternity nickname, and this was in like the late '90s, early 2000s. We did get a new sub, Mighty Munchkin, Dr. Fiend show. Late '90s, early 2000s. When I would go out like clubbing, when I go out to the discotheque, I would wear some very unique clothes. Like shiny shirts and like pleather pants and things like that. And I had a pair of pants that were basically black plastic, is what they were. And oh my gosh, if you sweated in those pants, God help you try and get them off. But I had a pair of like pants that I would go out partying in that were like black plastic. And also, I was a really, really skinny guy. So, like, as a dual joke, when I joined the fraternity, they nicknamed me Hefty because I was so skinny and it looked like I wore garbage bags as pants. So that's where that came from. So, Dr. Fiend, you saying that it reminds you of the trash bag brand? That's literally what it is. Begged and pleaded with her day after day, but she packed my suitcase and sent me away. She gave me a kiss and then she gave me my ticket, put on my Walkman. I said, might as well kick it. That's it. Yo, first class, yo, this is bad. Drinking orange juice out of a I don't remember the beat on that one. I don't remember how the beat goes on that one. But that's it. Thank you, Mermaid Mia. Yeah, that's the whole extended version of the theme song. Thank you for looking that up. How long was that the theme, I wonder? I want to say it was definitely all of the first season. Don't remember if we went past that. Probably about 15 minutes, Mighty Munchkin. Probably about 15 minutes or so. I think that album version is 3 minutes long or more. Dang. So there might even be more lyrics to it. One second without hefty is too long, though. Oh my gosh. Mewtwo, you're gonna make me blush. It's crazy they got the guy from Hancock to make such a long song for their show. I wonder how much they had to pay him, Harry. But there's a lot of YouTubers. I plan on streaming one day. I wonder if your biggest friend is Frosty Lemon. Okay, nice. I rarely get a chance to watch Frosty Lemon just because of the time he streams. But I am subbed to Frosty. And I know Dice Art Universe, one of my very dear friends, is a big fan of Frosty Lemon. That's awesome. Dude, I still remember watching DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince music video of Parents Just Don't Understand on MTV. You need to watch that Alfred Hancock movie about that you like about the train. You do. You need to. You need to. It's called Snowpiercer. No, seriously, Cam, I know we were talking about this yesterday. I don't remember seeing any sort of a comment or anything about it. Did you ever see the movie Throw Mama from the Train with Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito? Have you seen a music video for Why Don't You Love Me by Leon DiCino? I have not. Is that something I should check out? AKA Pre-Malone. Ah, no. I have not, Ari. Nope. Okay. Then I would recommend this, Ken. Watch Strangers on a Train. And then at some point afterwards, watch Throw Mama from the Train. Such a banger. I'll have to check that out, Aaron. You know, I don't mean like watch it like right after Chem. I just mean like at some point in your life, post watching Strangers on a Train, watch it. It's actually wild how influential Hitchcock was. So many of his movies, the plots have become like their own archetypes. There are so many movies out there whose plot is based exactly on something that Hitchcock put together. It's wild. When was the Malone moment for Post Malone? When was he at his prime and most powerful? That's a good question. When did Malone happen? Because if we define when pre-Malone was, and we define what post Malone was, then we have to figure out when Malone was. Like Disturbia and Summer of Bart, exactly. What season was that? That was a good episode, actually. Summer of Bart. What is it that Flanders says? I did it. I done diddly did it. Something like that. Water Malone. I could go for a good Water Malone. Prime Malone was probably back in '99 watching movies all the time. Is that before he got put away for doing his first crime? The Malone moment isn't the title of his autobiography, and one day you'll be sad. That's crazy. You guys are crazy. Bunch of wild people in the chat today. Prime Malone, new prime flavor, tastes like tattoos and beets. Anyone here have tattoos? I don't want to know where they are. It ain't that kind of stream. But anyone here have tattoos? And beard hair. Love the taste of beard hair. Jerry's got a tattoo. I didn't know that. Pop country twist flavored. Tattoos probably don't taste good because of the ink. That's true. It's a good point, Mia. Has anyone ever accidentally broken a pen in your mouth? Does not taste good. Pen ink tattoos count? They count if you currently have one, Mewtwo. Squid ink, that's true. That is a thing. Kem makes fun of your tattoo from time to time. Yeah, Kem says a lot of hurtful things to people. Mewtwo does not. Mewtwo, I don't have one either. Oh, except for the one that I have. I do have the one tattoo. I got, I have a Chem Nation head, like Chem Nation's face, like on my belly, and my belly button is where his mouth is. And I like to feed him olives. Chem is a friendly, sassy steelbook aficionado. Big fan of him. Yeah, he's a cool dude. I wouldn't get a tattoo of somebody that I didn't think was cool. I don't think Hefty Dad would actually care, Mewtwo. Like, to be honest, I know we're joking, but I don't think Hefty Dad would care, but I do think that Hefty Mom would care. So is that kind of stream? It could be. I can't keep track of what I'm doing anymore, Ari. I gotta be honest. I'm just going minute by minute. Probably gonna get a second one this year now. The sequel to Akami was announced. One of your favorite games. Nice. I don't know if Kieran's still here, but I know Kieran has a Naruto tattoo. That's too funny. What's going on, Hefty Mom? Were you lurking? Ari has a tattoo. It's always been that kind of stream. Could be. Super Saiyan Naruto, exactly. I was so proud of myself with that, Kieran. Oh my gosh, I was so proud of that. Kieran sent me a picture of his tattoo he got of Dragon Ball Z, and I wrote back and I said, "Oh, nice. I like Naruto too." And he could not respond for a while. He didn't know how to respond. Ari, thank you for sending me that message. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't think Hefty Mom and I have ever talked about that. I just have a feeling that she would not approve of me getting a tattoo. Not that I'm going to get a tattoo. Not that I want to get a tattoo. It's just a hypothetical situation. I don't know, Mom. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like you wouldn't like that. No, I don't have a tattoo of Kim on my back. I have a tattoo of Kim on my belly. My belly button's his mouth. I feed him olives. Stomach chem. That's clever, Kieran. Good job. Olives with the pimento removed. Yes. Yes, exactly. I take out those pimentos, those naturally occurring pimentos in the olives. Grown boy, he needs his olives. Yes, that's how he grows big and strong. I think I've chased off both ChemNation and my mother in the last 3 minutes, so that's a new record for me. I think we're going to take this up to 1925 and 210. And then we're going to call it a day. We are only 3 views away from hitting 500. There's literally nothing here, or there's nothing anyone in the chat here can do about that. There's nothing you can do about getting the views up to 500. I just thought I'd put it out there. I'm kind of curious if we can get to 500 before the end of stream. We're only 3 views away. Stuffing peanut butter or mayo sandwiches into your belly button. That's gross. That's gross. Has anybody ever put... You know what? I'm not even going to finish that question. I'm not going to finish the question. I don't want to know the answer. Come on. It is buzzer beater time. We got 2 checks left on the Heracross. We got 3 checks left on the Steelix. You know that Itchy and Scratchy skit where Scratchy eats his own tummy and each bite he takes pops back out in the same spot? Yes, I do know that one, Ari. Can only be a tale of woe. Yes. God, I hope not. Exactly, Mermaid Mia. Mine too. All right, here we go. Last Heracross check of the stream. Made you scream and cry in terror as a kid? No Heracross today. Let's do these last 2 Steelix checks. And then we're going to get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of our day. We did end up breaking that 500 views. 501. So, yeah. Thank you to everyone that popped in to view the stream at some point today. Good hanging out today, Hefty. Always a pleasure to hang out with you, Jerry. And while we're doing these last 2 checks, do I have anyone to thank? I do. I have 2 amazing people to thank. Actually, 3 amazing people to thank. First off, thank you to Shinies for that incredible raid at the beginning of the stream. You're probably not out there anymore. You're probably doing all the stuff you talked about having to do today. But again, thank you to Shinies and everyone that came in on that raid. Also, thank you to Carly May for 24 months of membership. It's incredible, 2 years. And thank you to the Frokester himself, my Froky boy, for 22 months. And thank you to everybody who's hung out today. Thank you to all the new subs today. Thank you to ChemNation for eating sandwiches in the shower. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Let's see if this check is not shiny. That's it. Guys, have a great week. I will see you guys on the next stream. Do something nice today for someone just because it's the right thing to do and for no other reason. And have a good one. Good luck with all your hunts. Take care and bye-bye.